Hey, what's up everybody? It's Ashley Stahl here and I'm with my friend Kute Blackson.
It's good to be here.
And his book is just been launched. You want to get the white paperback version, and I've just been talking to him about, and it's Kute, but spelled like cute with a K. And you get that?
You can call me Kute.
Yeah, so we're talking a little bit, we're here at Genius Network, Business Masterminding, and we're talking a lot about purpose and how to find your purpose. And I first wanted to just recommend that you go on Amazon, get his book if you are looking to find more purpose. He just released the paperback version, so I'd recommend that one. But we're talking a lot about just, how do you find your purpose? So I know that this is a huge question, but what would you start off with someone who's feeling lost?
I'm going to give 4 simple tips, but 4 simple questions to ask yourself about finding purpose, because people often say, how do I find my purpose? But what I would say, sometimes I think there's a myth about you have to know exactly what your purpose is before you start living what your purpose is, or living, making a difference in the world. So first thing I would say is stop seeking your purpose. Stop seeking your purpose. You don't have to know exactly where you're going to go, exactly what your purpose is, because your purpose will likely evolve as you evolve. I think what is important is that you go in the direction. You just begin. You don't wait. What stops people from finding their true authentic purpose is they try and wait and try and figure it all out. Stop waiting. Just start going in the direction that you love, that your heart feels authentically passionate about, authentically aligned with, and authentically called to. Go in that direction. Take a step in that direction. What I found is when you take a step in that direction, then once you take the step, life reveals the next step, and then reveals the next step, then reveals the next step. And your purpose, your true purpose, is often not something you have to figure out in advance necessarily. It's often revealed in the process of living itself. And so if you're still in that place, go, well, what is my purpose? 4 simple questions. Look at, what do I love? What lights me up? What brings me joy? What am I really most like? What do I love? I mean, I love speaking. I'm not selling cars because I think that's going to make me more money. I'm following my soul's aliveness. So go in the direction of your soul's aliveness. Second thing is look at what specific skills do you have. I mean you might like love basketball but have no skill at basketball. So look at the exact skills you have. You have those skills for a reason. Many times we don't value those skills because we're just good at them. Look at also what problems you are uniquely gifted at solving. Your ability to make money, do well in the world is in direct proportion with your ability to add value to people, and what's often valuable is when you're able to solve a pain, problem, or challenge. The last thing I would say is look at what group of people you feel a natural affinity to. Maybe you love the animals, maybe you love homeless people, maybe you feel a connection to teenage boys, maybe you feel a connection to the blind. I feel as though this is implanted in your soul for a reason. So look at which group of people you feel a connection to. It's there for a reason, and that's a group of people that might point you in the direction of who you can actually be of service to. Be of service and just begin, even if it's in a small way,
And this is something I talk about a lot with all of you, especially those of you who are on my email list, is we talk about clarity coming from engagement and not thought.
Yes.
And that's really what he's saying, is that if you want to figure out what you want to do with your life, you need to get out there and just start doing something. And I think the least powerful place you can be is in limbo, where you're going back and forth like you're in a rocking chair. I think, if you want to be powerful in your life, show up, take a stand for something, see what feedback the universe gives you, course correct along the way. And that's really lean into it. And I think sometimes what you really can do is just make it more simple by just writing down, here are the things I'm interested in, here's the skills that I have that I want to use, and just picking something for the sake of being in motion. And I think that's really what you're saying.
Exactly. And like look at Oprah.
Yeah.
I don't think had she just waited until she had this grand vision, she probably would never have started. She just began. She went in the direction, and life
wasn't she like on the Weather Channel or something?
Oprah was on the Weather Channel, and she had so much compassion that she was fired because she would cry when she would read the news. But she didn't, she just began, and that life will reveal to you. Life will lead you. Allow life to guide you, but be in action, be in motion. It's one thing to say, okay, universe, I surrender. I'm going to sit here on the couch until I have it all figured out. We can never. The mind is limited.
It's the most powerless thing.
The mind is
that
limited.
You could do.
We have to start.
Definitely. And he's, if you listen, he's really talking about following flow. And probably one of the questions you might be asking yourself, is what is in the flow? And I think a lot of the times, and something we're talking about here at Genius Network, is really figuring yourself out comes from unlearning, right? And so sometimes you might think, well, I want to follow my flow, but I don't even feel any flow. And it's like, well, what thought systems and what beliefs are you having right now that keeps you from really hearing yourself? Because there's always some sort of wisdom inside of you. And that's why we're here. Is I just want to recommend check this out. Go on Amazon. Looks like he's going to become a New York Times bestseller possibly this week. Fingers crossed. And get this book to really look into, and you guys know me, I don't talk about things or promote things very often, and it's because I believe in him and what he has to say. So yeah, and so get this book if you want to learn a little bit more about your purpose, if you just want to tune into yourself, learn more about you, and support someone who really deserves it. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you all find your purpose. Let us know how it goes. All right, take care.